What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 231, and we're recording on April 17, 2023. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 232.
Oh, yes, it's 230. Dude, I messed this up this morning when I was, like, prepping the releases, too. I don't know what happened. And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. If you are watching Boys Planet, this is an announcement. If you are watching Boys Planet, stick around to the post show. We're gonna talk about what we're going to expect with the finale. We're gonna make predictions, and we're gonna also tell you about the competition we're doing on our Discord in terms of Boys Planet.
Fun.
Other than that, we're recording about 2 hours earlier than normal because Anita got to go do something later. So just letting you know. We're covering 3 songs this week: Chaeyeon with Knock, NCT DOJAEJUng with Perfume, and Tempest with Dangerous. Let's start at the top. Chaeyeon, Knock. She is from WM. Originally, she's with IZ*ONE, but you probably saw her on the show to get onto Twice back in the day. And her only other solo song is Hush Rush, which Warren was a massive proponent of.
Great song.
Loves that
Lovely
song. I remember hearing about Hush Rush and Harry Styles for about 2 weeks straight. Like
Banger
that's all he said. We have Knock now, so I'm gonna let Warren start because you loved Hush Rush so much, right? It was one of your songs of the. Was it last year? Was it already last year?
I don't think it was that high on my list. I mean, it was a good song. I liked it. I liked Hush Rush. It was a
Okay. Do you like Knock as much?
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. It's very different from Hush Rush.
Yeah.
It feels like the producers for Chaeyeon heard all the complaints people made about Hush Rush, and they were like, okay, this isn't working out. We gotta do something different. So they went for something different. That's my takeaway with Knock. And honestly, I don't hate it either. This is nice. It's less in my personal favorite lane than Hush Rush was, because that has more like a relaxed bedroom poppy but also danceable kind of vibe to it. This is a lot more high energy,
I like this one.
That thing going on. It's a very different thing. I don't hate it. It's very danceable. It's very energetic.
Yes.
And it honestly, I see what you guys mean now. It does feel a little more consistent with her.
I'll agree with that statement, but I will highlight a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we go all the way to what I think she'd be best at.
Okay.
I agree. I strongly agree with that.
This is a step in the right direction. We're knocking on the door.
Correct path. Yeah.
Okay. Please elaborate. What are you referring to?
Okay. This is obviously a way more performance-based song, which is good, right?
Yeah.
Although I don't know how I like the camera angle specifically, and I think that really enhances
the floor
because
stuff.
If there's no floor stuff, it's kind of just like it's kind of just doing this, right, for a hot second. And then at the end, there's like a Chaeyeon serve it up moment where she goes from right screen to left screen. Right?
Oh, that was so cool.
That was cool.
Highlight.
If you watch any of like the YouTube shorts or TikToks of it, that's the part she does a lot, right? Which is cool. And I think that's a really impactful part. That's good. That being said, I feel like we could commit a little even heavier to the dance theme, right, Anita?
Yes,
because
I agree.
This one feels like they made a dance in order for it to maybe make some TikToks in the chorus, right? But I want to see a dance to dance.
To perform. Yes.
What more do you want? Like, do you want her to
I
do
want
like a
Taemin level performance song.
Which she can. She has done.
Can do. Yes. And I honestly think she could do. We could do a little more difficult on the vocals too, because honestly, in IZ*ONE, she was like a top 3 singer in that group. I think she can. She has main vocal capabilities. She has main dance capabilities. I want to see both of those utilized.
I guess what my question here would be, is she able to do all of that by herself in a 3-minute track?
Yes.
I think, honestly, I feel like my expectation has always been, it's not that if she can, I just don't know if, I think a lot of it comes down to concept, right? And like direction. I think, I've thought this for a while, the production team, the management team, has decided not to really go with like the expected level of performance or like singing, I don't know, because I saw it as maybe they thought it would be a comparison to Chungha, to like her trajectory. And I feel like, but is that so wrong? if she's so good, why can't it just go?
If you
that
think
way?
about Hush Rush, we have like a very melodic chorus with no singing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, man.
This one we have like a chanty one, right? But
Yeah.
not like an angry chant, but like a low, like a rhythmic chanting one, right?
Yeah.
Going on.
Right.
Very wordy, this chorus. We don't have a singing chorus from her yet, right? On paper. That's what I think we're missing. Right, Anita?
So
Yeah, well, the second half of the chorus was more singing, and that I preferred that part. Like I was waiting for the knock knock part to be over because I liked her vocals, the melody, everything going on in the second half. And I don't know. I just feel like it feels that we're purposefully not going a certain route. But I don't know if that's the best.
What is the route you guys wanted to go on? Do you guys want it to just be Chungha 2.0 at that point?
Yes.
Okay, the thing is, I feel like that's the fear, right? Like that's the worst case scenario where like the comparison is there. I feel that she won't be able to explore her own version of like a solo performer at that level because she's avoiding it. Or not her directly, but like the management, the production team.
She needs to land somewhere between Chungha and IZ*ONE. That's where she needs to land with this.
Okay,
Do you disagree, Warren?
No, I'm just trying to wrap my head around this because it feels like we have explosive vocals at the chorus. We have a very killer of a
That's not
dance section.
explosive. I would not call that explosive, dude.
Oh no, it was. I thought the chorus was pretty cool. Like, sure,
has
the knock knock
energy.
part it's a little
but
repetitive.
not explosive.
but like
vocals.
Navido, like that was, that was
That's
the chorus.
explosive. Not
That's
explosive.
not explosive.
I don't. Is that more like a pimple pop to you? Like, I don't know what.
you would say this is more explosive than like
Hush
Unbi singing Fiesta chorus.
No.
Here's the thing.
Come on.
I am of the party. I am
Come
of the
on.
camp. I am of the camp that has been saying that Fiesta is a little over the top and a little too much. This gets to a good level for me. I don't
Even
know.
like Panorama, dude. Like most of the IZ*ONE song had very strong vocals in the chorus.
I don't know. I guess I see what you guys are saying, but I still am very satisfied with what I'm getting out of this person. Because
Just a little bit more for me, I think. Like we're almost there. In my
We were
opinion.
there with the right to left screen thing. We were there, right?
right, and that was the highlight of the video. You were building up to it. If you're just doing right to left movements the entire video, that's just like
No, I just need her
Boring.
to. I just need her to serve more. Come on. You don't really.
why are you trying to use Gen Z lingo in your thing now?
Dude.
What do you mean, sir? You don't say that.
Yes, I do. What?
No, you
Bro,
don't.
I've been calling Hamid a boys playing a mother for the past month.
Yeah, you have.
Come on, dude. Like, you gotta give me that. All I'm saying is that the main appeal for me, not even for me, I think the main appeal that people could get behind Chaeyeon would be really extreme level, high level dancing, right? And we have a little bit of that in this song. And I think it's difficult for her to differentiate herself from the other solo female artists if she's not doing stuff that are completely up her alley and to her strengths. That's what I'm concerned about.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm thinking about like the recent solo female acts. For instance, Nayeon, Sunmi, Chungha's definitely in the mix. This one, I definitely feel like has a stronger focus on the choreo. It definitely has a stronger focus on the melodic singing. Maybe it's not to the degree that you guys want it to be. I guess I'm saying what Anita's saying. It's definitely not to the degree that you guys are saying, but it's definitely a good combination of both. It's definitely playing to her strengths. I think it's good enough. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. It's just
Good. No. It's good, but it could be great. Right, Anita? Right.
I think that the position as a
We're not
person
saying it's
who
bad.
knew her,
I just want the best for her.
yeah. As a person who knows her in other performances prior to her solo debut, right?
and I've seen those
Knowing-
too. What do you?
Huh?
I've
Okay,
seen those
dude.
too.
Another thing is she was on Street Woman Fighter. If you compare this dance to anything they did on that show, dude, there's a massive gap.
Okay,
between
but
them.
like she's not singing while she's doing Street Woman Fighter, is she?
She could though, dude.
But she
it would not be a
isn't.
problem. it would not be a problem.
Maybe okay.
It's just that you know what she's capable of. I
Yeah.
know what she's capable of. So
Alright,
it's like you will always have that expectation.
We're talking in circles.
Yeah.
A couple more comments before we bounce out with this track. I do definitely. I feel like the melody feels a lot more Asian than typical recent K-pop songs.
Oh.
It kind of does.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like we've had a slew of K-pop songs being written by Western producers recently that sound a lot more Western, and like the melody lines doesn't have the bonky that I mention every now and then. This one I feel like has that, especially
This
in the
has
melody.
this has some Korean cheesiness in it for some reason.
Like the
It
early
does.
late 2010, late 2000s, early 2010s kind of like
Oh,
K-pop
yeah.
cheese.
Yeah, there's some cheese in it.
So like even though the production is definitely more modern and we don't have any of the tropes from back then, I was getting like strong good amounts of like what's the word? Not flashbacks, throwbacks. I don't know, just good callbacks to that era. And I looked at the production. Guess who's on it? You wouldn't believe it's Mr. Yongbae of Iggy Yongbae, who has produced numerous G-Friend songs. You guys don't know Iggy Yongbae?
Oh. I
know him.
feel like
Yeah.
the name is ringing a bell. Yeah.
Yeah, he's written like all the hits for G-Friend and a bunch of other stuff for RBW, which makes sense. So
Okay, wait. Okay, I'll give you a to be fair about your argument, right? The last chorus is the only one where we actually see the choreo of the second half where she's singing, right? And it's definitely better than the first half when they just show like stills of her singing, right?
yeah,
I don't know if that dance is in the first two choruses. Do you know what I'm saying?
It was.
I don't think so, right? It was a more intense chorus in the choreo in the last one, right?
Yeah, so there was definitely a progression throughout the track. Like it was there. It was there. Y'all are blind. Check your eyesight. I got 2.0,
No, we like
2.0.
Chaeyeon, dude. Like I remember Sakura going Chaeyeon. Remember back in the day, bro. The weird thing is I don't ever see them in content together anymore. I was thinking about this
Aw.
a while ago
I wonder if they still talk to each other. Like they
because
probably
like
do, but-
I've been watching Yena and Chaewon on the Hemide Yechepa, right?
Oh, yeah?
And I've been watching Sakura and Chaewon and Yoonjin in Le Seraphim behind the scenes stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they're all like buddy and they like talk about the past and stuff like that. But I'm like, where's Chaeyeon and Sakura? Like that was the main ship, you know?
Bruh.
I don't know. That being said, definitely step in the right direction. I like what Chaeyeon is doing. This is definitely more palatable for me in terms of what I think she should be doing. Warren thinks it's fine. Ani and I think we could take another step, another level.
Another little one. Yeah.
Yeah. We will have to see though. I think this is definitely good though. All right. Next song, NCT DOJAEJUNG. This is their unit debut with Perfume. They're obviously from SM. Anita, you like NCT. You like these
Yeah.
kids. Do you like Perfume?
Okay. I feel like in my head and like logically, this combination makes sense to me. Like
Yes.
That's
These
somebody
are the singing
who-
kids.
yeah, as somebody who's familiar with them in other units, right? Very strong, like pretty strong singers, pretty good performers also, all three of them. I feel like I was expecting them to lean more on the vocal side.
I was surprised this wasn't a ballad, to be honest.
Right?
with you.
I feel like-
Yeah.
Maybe I saw some stuff like teaser promotional stuff leading up to it, and I kind of had the vibe that it was more vocal focused, but it wasn't. This is not that in that direction. So I was a little surprised. And I don't know. I feel like it's trying to be a mix of like that vocal side, like the more ballady R&B maybe.
Yeah, little sexy mature thing. They're trying to
Right.
hit that, like
But
a little
also
bit of
the-
like
the-
Black Suit from Super Junior or some of
Oh.
the TVXQ stuff. They're trying to hit all that.
Yeah. I thought of TVXQ as well. There's some parts in the melody that remind me of The Chance of Love from them. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know how I feel about this song in particular. I thought
Why?
it was
What
interesting.
more do you? What? Okay. What do you? What,
Does-
why is
does
it
this
not
song-
fulfill you?
All right, before you say, I want to say one funny thing. Does this song not remind you of when you go to the mall and these dudes are trying to sell you cologne? They're following you with the bottle.
I don't think I've seen them.
You've never seen this in like an
No.
outlet or something?
Dude,
Why,
it's always
terrible?
it's always like middle-aged ladies like in the first floor. Like
they're
it's
they're
not-
chasing you with the bottle and like the,
No.
the thing, and they're like, that's what this reminds
What
me
the
of.
heck?
I don't know, dude.
What kind of mall are you going to,
Dude, the Florida outlets are wild, dude. They chase you.
bro?
Okay. They're
Mm-hmm.
going for a restrained sexiness, right? Not like overtly sexy, right? They're going like, I'm
Subtle.
cool, but I'm sexy,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I thought the song was okay. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a little bit was missing. Like, it felt like they had a limiter on what they were trying to do. And I feel like they could have went a little more sexy or a little more powerful or something. And I was trying to figure out, why do I feel this way? And I finally figured it out like 10 minutes before the show. There are a lot of like glamour shots in this music video, right? Guy drives car, guy eats pomegranate, guy's on a balcony, right? These like
Yeah.
very stereotypical sexy shots that you're trying to go for, right?
Yeah.
If you are not a fan of DOJAEJUNG, these guys, right? I feel like these come out like, this is just a dude eating a pomegranate. This is just a dude driving his car. This dude's just turned around on a balcony. I feel like we're missing a little bit of the sexiness.
So you're saying they got no Riz?
I'm not saying they got no Riz. I'm just saying they got baby Riz right now.
So some Riz, just not enough.
Yeah. Like
Still developing, Riz.
I thought the song was better than like what I saw on the screen.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Like I feel like some of the energy I was getting from the visuals on the screen was like, it's not like, I don't know.
Not
It felt like
matching.
it wasn't matching enough for me.
Oh.
I kind of get that because I think the song was good. I don't
Yeah,
really
it's
have
fine.
any
The song's
complaints.
fine. It's not terrible by any means.
The video I have less recollection about. It was I remember them eating a pomegranate. I remember
There was a pomegranate, and then there was a random white girl at
Yeah.
one point, right?
very close up to the white girl. I'm they're in a dark street at some point, then they're in a bright street at some point, and then they're looking at the camera all sexily. These things happen. It just feels very not
It
cohesive.
feels muted.
muted.
I thought.
I don't know. The song itself is fine. I think the song itself is actually really, really good. They're very great. Obviously, they're very great vocalists, which I often overlook because when we're talking about NCT, I'm always impressed by like the production of things, the performance, the varying levels of quality with the rap line, and I overlook the vocal line a lot. And I appreciate that I'm able to like kind of focus it down here, because there's a lot of sections that they come together really, really nicely, and it's just like really, really amazing. Like if you go to the third verse, there's a part where they're just like harmonying each other without anything in the beat. It's just a complete a cappella section. That was a killer section.
That was nice.
That was great.
That was the more
Absolutely amazing.
ballady R&B-ish part of the song.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of like what is it? I don't know. There was a lot of throwbacks here and there, hints towards like 90s R&B, even though the
Yeah,
overall
yeah,
production,
there's a lot of 90s things in
right,
here.
even though the production of it is very modern and very pop heavy with the current trends of pop. So that was really, really cool. What felt like the limiter was, it's a very fast-paced song, even though it shouldn't be, almost. Like the verse.
Yeah, the tempo's pretty fast.
No, not even that. The verse is very short. Like each verse is very short. Like it's a verse, chorus, verse, chorus.
So you're saying like the progression of the song is quick.
Right. It just moves on, and then we end up as a situation where it gets a little repetitive almost, and sections kind of blend into each other, and then at that point I'm like, okay, it was a nice, lovely package, but nothing stands out in terms of like that was the thing, that was the move, that
Yes.
was the moment.
No,
you know?
I agree.
agree.
What I,
I
mean by
agree.
limiter was like, you know, when you have like a music video, there's certain sections that should invoke like, oh, this was a crazy bit, right? Or like, oh, just Chaeyeon just did something crazy here, you know, went across the screen.
Right,
This song just
right.
feels like it was stuck in between these two layers, like the lows and the highs, and it just did this the whole way, you know, and it didn't really go anywhere else.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I kind of agree.
That's
with
what
that.
I mean
Okay.
by muted. That's what I
Okay.
felt like by muted.
No, okay. Now that you explain that word choice, I kind of agree with you, especially with the music as well.
It's a weird song because like it's fun. It's a
It's
a
not bad.
jammy song. It's
Yeah.
good, right?
It's
No.
dancey, it's
Yeah, it's great.
poppy.
It felt very like for the lack of a better description, it felt very Dean-esque in a very nice way.
Mm.
Oh. Okay.
Especially with the way these guys sing. On the other hand, I'm nitpicking at this point because I like the song. I wasn't sure if putting these guys together, I think, makes sense on paper.
Right.
But the output result of it is any of these guys could sing each other's part. Like Do could be singing Jung's part, Jung could be singing Jae's part, Jae could be singing Do's part. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it could have been a solo track, for all I know. Because a part of the reason they sound great together was because they have very similar vocal tones.
They have very similar vocal tones, Anita.
Exactly.
Like, for sure.
And I was like, could he have like gotten rid of one kid and like replaced it with like a rapper dude or like Taeyong or like, well, actually, no, please don't put Taeyong in actually. I don't know.
He can sing.
He can sing. And he would be very different from the other two folks. Yeah.
No, I agree. I feel like when I listened to the layering, right, of the vocals, I was thinking like, oh, this sounds like what I listen to when it's another NCT track. Like this is very, very familiar, you know? And I feel like that's not bad because it means that their voices go really well together. Like they don't contradict each other, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was thinking like, what makes this specific unit the unit that had to happen? You know, like the purpose, I guess, or like the new aspect that they would bring. I don't know.
And it's you end up with a situation where it kind of feels like an NCT B-side somewhere off an EP.
mean, yeah. I like Jaehyun's rapping section because he has the lowest voice. Because I feel like it added
That's
something
true.
a little bit different
Yeah.
there. But it feels like the three of them were there to serve so that they could make that SM layer like layered vocaling because they're all similar, you know.
And they use it a lot.
They use that a lot. You know,
and
the
it
typical
works
SM.
really well, don't
No,
get
it
me
works
wrong.
really well because it's a staple of SM music, right? Yeah, this one's like it's good but confusing. I don't know how to put it, right? Like,
I want to like it. I
Oh,
will
yeah,
have
no.
to re-listen to it.
You want to like it, so you
I
don't
like
like it.
it.
You don't like it, is what
I
you're
like
saying.
it. It's just thought provoking. Like I'm on, because okay, I can't like the monkey in the room is like there was that 17 subunit, right? Soon.
Very, very
And
different. but-
regardless of if you like that song or not, or if you find it cheesy or not, it's
I
very
like it.
different than the normal as the 17 fare, right? Like
Yeah.
it's out there. They're doing crazy stuff. Like it's like, all right, that's what this subunit's about, you know, doing fun stuff.
Well, what is? Now I'm gonna look up press releases to see what they have to say. Are they good friends in real life? Are they like bros as
hope
much
so.
as the looks of them are? I mean, I'm sure they're good friends. I hope they're good friends, or at least hope they're good work colleagues. You know what I mean? Here, my thing is loading. Let me just see what it says.
That's like you remember back in the day we used to answer questions at the end of the pod, like, is it okay for idols to just be friends? Like co-workers in a group? You remember? We used to answer crap like that back in the day.
Yeah, please
Oh
send
my
us more
God.
questions. We're
Speculate.
down to do more of those.
It will answer anything like that if you ask.
Hold on. Yeah, okay. I'm looking at the press release. Doesn't have much about why they got together to hang out in this little thing.
This just feels like a very editorial version of some of the NCT stuff.
Why can't this just be NCTU? I thought that's supposed to be the flexible, funky.
Dude,
Right.
subunits are in. Oh, what's going on? You found
So
some?
here's the background.
Okay.
Last year, October, in the NCT 127 World Tour, they had a unit performance, and because their synergy was so amazing, people requested that this be a actual
Okay.
unit. Yeah. Is
did
that
not
true? People
know
let us
this.
know. If you're an NCTizen, if you're an
Citizen.
NCTizen, if you're an NCTizen, yeah.
Hey, if
Did you
rock
want
a
this?
NCT, did you want this? You rock NCT? You want this?
NCTizen
Is this what
여러분.
you ordered?
This is what you ordered.
What's your order?
Okay, I think that's what I'm talking about this one. Final song, Tempest, Dangerous. They're from Yehua. Last year's song's Dragon, Can't Stop Shining, Bad News. Okay, we talked about a girl group era, right? That this is a girl group era back in the day. And some people were pointing out, and I always forget this, that they say the reason it's a girl group era is because there's not too many boy group debuts lately, right?
That's true.
Part of it.
That's a really good argument to make there. But Tempest is definitely the most prominent of the recent boy group debuts, I think, for sure. I like what Tempest is doing. I wasn't a huge fan of Dragon, but I really like Can't Stop Shining and Bad News.
Same.
Again,
Fairly, yeah.
Tempest is serving up something good here. This is a good song. I don't know. Something about Tempest for me, I like their songs are just good. I don't know. It hits these like classical boy group K-pop high energy notes, and it just works every time.
Yes, I feel like I don't remember Dragon very much, but Bad News, Can't Stop Shining. I think this release is in line with those, with that very, I don't know what to call it. It's like very fresh, but a little bit. This one is not as like bright as the other two, I guess. But it still has that very youthful concepting. Like it. I think it's very often the case for guy groups to go very dark very, very soon. And I feel like I think they're making the right decision by not going that route just yet, or like maybe not at all, because I feel like this sound suits them as a group. Vocally, I think, performance-wise, I think it suits them very well.
Yeah. There's a good energy. It's very fun. If I think about a lot of the boy groups tracks that we've covered, which I know isn't the entire pie, but if I look about the pie that we've covered in terms of boy group tracks, they tend to have a very heavy, dark, hip-hop, it's the end of the world kind of vibe. This one feels less of that. It's a lot more playful. Even the music video too. It's a little campy, and it's really cute because they're young
the high
kids.
school trope. Yeah. Bro,
can't complain.
If you remember back on Island, there was a kid named Hanbin, right? On Island back in the day. And he almost made the final group, right? But the main feeling I got was, man, this kid's like, it feels like he got beat down a little on Island, right? He's from Vietnam, and like I felt like, man, he where's the confidence, Hanbin, right? He got the confidence now. Holy crap, he's gotten good. Like,
yes,
I'm super impressed by him. Warren, if you look at like towards the end of the song, he's one of the kids who's in the front for the chorus. He's doing so well these days. The pink, he's in full pink.
He's
during that scene.
He's Aladdin pink. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing so well lately.
Nice.
And a lot of these kids we know from other shows. I know somewhere on 19, there was a bunch on Produce in different seasons. Island, these groups are from all over the place. But Yeahwa has something cooking. Additionally, this song got me thinking. This is an aside to Tempest. Yeahwa has like 8 kids on Boys Planet right now, right? And they're about to get 3 to 4 kids in the final lineup.
Oh wow!
It's gonna be stacked.
Yeah, they're about at a minimum. People think minimum 3, maximum 4 are gonna make it.
Wow, 3 to 4.
And even the kids that been eliminated or might not make it are all pretty good. So they're like, Yeahwa has all this talent sitting in their company at the moment, and people are like, God damn, Yeahwa has the capability right now. Let's say you cut out a couple of these kids, you could do a really solid 6-member group and debut it today, and it'd be good. They have that many good male trainees at the moment. It's impressive from them as a company to recruit that much talent. And that being said, on Boys Planet, 4 of them are global. I believe they're all Chinese, and then we have 4 of them from Korea. So they're 4 and 4 at the moment. But Tempest though, Yeahwa's doing some good stuff. Out of all the kids in IZ*ONE, Yena's doing probably the best out of the soloists, right? Out of all of their other rookie boy groups, Tempest is probably doing the best. But I don't know what's going on with Everglow, so I'm gonna skip them because they're in the dungeon.
Real quick.
It took like a year and a half to get what's her name back into the country, Wang Yiran. It took her like a year and a half to get her back into Korea. They're practicing. Apparently, they're gonna come back soon, right?
That's good. Okay.
But it took them so long to get them back into
Was that like
Everglow.
Was that like a legal issue they couldn't come in, or what happened there?
I don't know what was going on, but she was apparently out of there for it was like, okay, January 2022. She said she's taking a break to spend time with her family in China and academic reasons.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
If she wants to study, she gotta study.
And then Aisha took a health break for a hot second, but I think she's back now. So yeah, they had like there's confusion with that group. But in terms of like Yena and like Tempest, I feel like Yeo's doing very well at the moment. I really like this Tempest group. I think they're doing this music. It's like very classic guy group, high energy stuff, which just works, right? And the kids are good. They got something cooking here, right?
Yeah.
You got anything else to say, Anita? Martin? Oh. Did we lose
With
Anita?
you?
Oh no, we didn't. Okay.
I'm here.
All right, that's all the songs this week. Other big releases. The one that got fourth place in the voting was Dream Note Lemonade, so we unfortunately are not covering it this week. Park Ji-hoon had Blank Effect. Yeon from CLC had Cherry Coke. Dawn released Dear My Light, which people are thinking is a tribute to Hyuna, I've been seeing.
Oh, interesting.
Aw.
Boardbagon 4 released Friend the End, and then Highlights Gigwang released Predator. All right, Soju chart. Last week on episode 230, Billy Anoya entered the Hall of Spice and they joined Ditto and OMG in the class of 2023. Second place was IVE I Am. Third place was A-Pink D&D. The new candidates this week are Chaeyeon with Knock, DOJAEJUNG with Perfume, and Tempest with Dangerous. I got a chart here, right? Number one, you have to put I Am in first place. You're bugging if you ain't. Like,
Oh.
you're absolutely insane if you're not putting that at first. It's an amazing song. I was
He's
into it.
staying apparently.
What? Second place, I got Tempest Dangerous.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
I had great enjoyment from that song. I really like Tempest. They're doing well. They have good kids. I trust in Yehua. Third place, I have A-Pink D&D. It's my third place song this week. So that is my chart.
Nice.
Very nice. I'll start with third. Let me start with third. I think I'm the only one with this in their chart now. But I still have New Jeans, Zero.
Oh my god,
Oh my
Anita.
God.
I feel like I shouldn't like it as much as I do, but I just find myself like thinking about it and like going back to the music video.
Bro, is
don't know,
Coca-Cola
it's so-
company giving you money for this?
No, I don't even like the Zero kind of Coke, but I don't know. They got me with this one again. So I'm still listening to that.
Is this your new
second
Chima
place-
Baram, Anita? Is this Chima Baram for you?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
so. But
think it is.
Second place, I also have Tempest. I don't know. I really like the path that they're taking so far. I think it's the smart thing to do right now. It's working for them. And I also want to say that chorus, it's like a descending beat. Like I don't know what it is, but it's really cool. It's really interesting. And like once I hear it, I can't stop noticing it in the chorus. But I thought that was nice. First place, I still have A-Pink, D&D.
You don't have IVE on your chart, Anita.
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
See, I called it. I knew. I knew.
God. Oh my god, Anita.
Yeah, I'm still liking D&D. I really
Oh my goodness.
like the vocal performances of the members. Yeah. IVE's good, just not on my chart.
But it's on my chart. It's first place on my chart, everybody.
Yay.
Yay.
Coming in to save the day. I think it's a great try. I think it's tripping. D&D's cool. It's not on my chart, unfortunately. Nor is Zero, for that matter. Good lord.
I didn't think it was.
What was the second song on your chart? I forget. Sorry.
Tempest.
Tempest. Yeah, Tempest is not on my chart either. I'm sorry.
What?
Dangerous
you
is
tried
cool. This is cool. I did. There was one thing that I noticed about the music video where like they begin with the ice age and by the end the school's like all melted down. That was kind of cute. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, they do that.
So
yeah.
you know, I'm not saying I hate the song. It's just I didn't enjoy it as much as the other songs this week. I'm sorry. You know what is on my chart though? This is gonna be a bit of a surprise. Giddy is on second place.
Oh,
Oh,
Giddy.
Giddy.
Oh, yeah,
Giddy.
Giddy.
Oh
What do
my
you mean?
God,
Oh, what do you
Giddy.
mean? Oh yeah. Did you forget that the song exists?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that? Yeah.
Wow.
I can't believe this. Look, it's a banger of a track. They have done themselves once again done themselves. No, outdone themselves once again. Great track. Here's how I feel about Knock, right? Knock is a great song. The only issue is it's a little repetitive, and the top line itself does the same thing over and over and over again. And I feel like it's gonna run its course really quickly. What I'm saying here is that I don't think it's a very re-listenable song. I listened to it a couple times and I get the gist of it, you know? That, yeah, I get it.
That's it.
So unfortunately, I started listening to it last week, so I'm kind of moved on from it already. Which leaves me with Perfume by NCT DOJAEJUNG on third. Can't complain. This is the kind of music I enjoy. It's a lovely pop R&B joint from the lads over at the Neo and the Culture and the Technology folks. So what can I say?
They don't do like any of that tech culture technology anymore.
Nope.
There's non-existent.
Nope.
Gochujang with an incredible 54 points gave IVE first place.
There you go.
Second place with 23 was A-Pink D&D, and in third was NCT DOJAEJUNG with 17, just edging out Chaeyeon. As a result, third place this week is Tempest with Dangerous with 6 points. Second place is A-Pink D&D with 9, and first place picking up their first crown is I Am with 15 points.
Wow.
Boom.
Nice.
Wow.
Did you know, by the way, I Am is number 1 in Korea, right? It is being gatekept from a perfect doll kill by Kitsch. At the moment. Kitsch did get 121 hours of perfect doll kill.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
It did. Third place is Jisoo Flower. And fourth and fifth is Ditto and Hype Boy.
Let's go.
God damn it. Finally, we're show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, well, talking about Jisoo, she had a grand slam this week. She won Show Champion, Amp Countdown, Music Bang, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo. So a total of 6 wins with her solo debut.
Oh my god.
There's only 5 music shows there. The show did not air, but a Grand Slam is all available shows. So she qualifies for that because there was 5 shows this week, and she won all 5, bringing her total to 6. Boom.
Look at that.
All right, we're done with part 1. So you talk episode 232. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we're back at it with part 2 of Soju Talk episode 232. We're going to hit you with some news and events from the past week. The first one. So there's a Korean article that states that JYP is expected to unveil the US girl group debut project in May. It was originally expected that the audition program would air on YouTube in Q1, but it has since been delayed. This is that A2K, America to Korea thing that he's doing. And I believe it's also in collaboration with some companies in the US. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's like a big deal. He's trying to make a US adventure. You remember back in the day, he used to have an office in New York City, by the way. So that used to happen.
Yeah.
People are very excited about this. JYP, I saw in some show, he said he's already watched like the first 3 episodes of the show. So it's like pre-planned in advance. Not like, it's not very temporal. It's not like Boys Planet where like it's somewhat recent, you know? Like this stuff could be like a while back. Overall, should be very exciting. I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in watching this.
We'll see what happens.
All right, next one. 50/50, right? They became the 4th K-pop group to chart for 3 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh my goodness.
People think that they're going to chart in the 50s this week.
Whoa.
It's been popping 50.
Last week they were 85 on the chart, but people think they're going to be about 50. It's specifically the English version of the song, I believe, right?
It's been on the TikToks.
The twin version.
Yep.
People love this song. It's going very viral. Good for them because they're from a very small company, but people are very excited about this song.
Yes.
I'm also I'm also seeing some signs of like reverse importing, which is a term we use when like something that's Korean gets viral outside Korean, and then that leads it to become viral in Korea, where it's like
Comes back.
right. And I'm starting to see signs of that, because like for a while people were like, oh, like is this like the stupid viral marketing sajagi again? And like then they were like, no, actually the song's kind of good.
It's organically risen through TikToks, which is
Yeah.
like kind of what you have to do these days in order to get something viral. But great for them, great for their company. I'm excited to see what they got next. They really hit gold with this one. All right, next thing. 17's highly anticipated 10th B album, FML, Fuck My Life, has already surpassed 4 million pre-orders in 12 days.
Oh my god.
Whoa there.
And this article was written 4 days ago. So there's been 4 more days of pre-orders. Album is stated for release April 24th at 6 p.m. KST. This is going to reach like BTS numbers of album sales they're expecting, like 6-7 million copies, they think.
Boy.
Big numbers.
Massive numbers for them. That's fantastic, right? Like,
Yes.
it's insane to me that like Hybe decides we're gonna become an umbrella company, guys, right? And they start to buy all these other companies, and it coincides perfectly in the physical album sale boom, right? And now they got New Jeans, they got
Boom,
17,
another one.
and also right here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, where is it? Where's the thing? It's this one right here. Le Sserafim surpassed 1 million pre-orders of their first full album, Unforgiven, in just 7 days on April 10th, and it's going to be released on May 1st. Anti-Fragile received 620,000 pre-orders over the entire month before it was released, and this one got to 1 million in 7 days.
And you told me that putting Le Sserafim in the top tier of groups was a bit of an oof. That's what you told me.
Well, they're clearly down top tier.
Have been reading the future,
They're top tier with 2 songs.
Wow.
and it's worked. Good
That's
lord.
amazing, dude.
Look at
It's
these
crazy. It's crazy.
Well, I'm curious about what FML is going to be about. It looks like the title track is literally "Fuck My Life" and "Super."
Really, the 17 one? That should be fun.
It's
right?
it's
right?
it's "Fuck My Life" with an asterisk instead of "you." So I guess they're trying to censor
Hey.
themselves. But
Overall, these Hybe groups are just destroying it right now, right? Like they're doing
yeah.
so well.
Amazing numbers.
Next one right here. Let's go back over here. SM artists to join Weverse within the second half of 2023, with official fan club membership also being offered. SM artists will continue to use their private messaging app Bubble to connect with fans as well. So not only are they going to use Bubble, which is kind of like a messaging system between you and the idols, right?
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
going to all be joining Weverse, which was kind of expected with the agreements that they had. Remember the major
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
that Hybe got out of their venture to try to buy SM was the collaboration between Weverse and Bubble, that kind of stuff. Essentially the merging.
Makes
of that.
sense now.
It's really going to make Weverse the platform, right?
The
Like,
one platform.
The one platform.
Yeah.
I guess I see Bubble offering a different service than Weverse, technically speaking. Here's what I think. The format of communication is different. The way you communicate with whoever you want to is a little different, but the core of it is pretty similar in like I'm communicating with my favorite artist kind of.
Fans to
I mean,
artists.
if we think about it, back in the day, like Daum Cafe was the major place where people had cafes. Like your boy Doug thought there was physical cafes in Korea for each group, right?
Good lord, yes.
They did not have the foresight to be like, we could monetize the crap out of this, you know? And now we're in that era. Like we're in a, video games have all these microtransactions. There's microtransactions on these kind of fan platform too, right? These
Yeah.
days. So it's all about that. But it's basically, they took that monopoly, kind of broke it up for a little, had some competitors, but now it's going to be monopolized again on a single platform.
And I don't know. The thing with Daum Cafes is that Daum Cafes didn't exist for K-pop. They had a lot of different purposes and a lot of different functions. Both of Bubble and Weverse exist for a fan to artist interaction, not limited to K-pop, but within the Korean community for the most part. Now, I don't know. The monopoly concerns aside, I feel like if I'm an artist and I'm expected to keep up with both Weverse and Bubble, there's a lot of just talking that I got to do with people. You know what I mean?
Script writing.
Yeah. Like I don't think I text that many people on a daily basis to begin with. You know what I mean? We'll see what
Alright.
happens.
Next one. So these are some health issues that people are facing. Ray has been recently feeling symptoms such as throbbing and heavy/suffocated chest. So after consulting with a specialist, she needs treatment and stability. Based on this, and after discussion with Ray, Ive and Ray have decided to temporarily suspend her activities with the group. So she is now taking part in the IM. What do we call it? Schedules? Promotions. That's the word. Unfortunate because
Yeah, hope she feels better soon.
yeah, I would guess that these are all really stress related things that she's facing.
Well, I hope she feels better ASAP.
Yeah.
Next one, Chaeyeon from Kepler
Oh, geez.
suffered an ankle injury, meaning that she will not be able to participate in dancing in the future music broadcast performances and will be designated to a chair. Also, the fan sign scheduled. Oh, so they scheduled a fan sign because she got injured. I saw some of the stages, right? She's the center of this group. So she's on a chair on the side. We've seen that before, right?
Yeah.
But like
Typical
she's the
stuff.
center. So like when they're doing the giddy stuff, they like show her on the chair doing it. I feel like they focus on her a little too much. I get it though. But it kind of like it hurts the immersion, you know, of watching the stage and the continuity of watching it.
I'm looking at the thing. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
She's on a chair. Look, maybe, yeah. And you can see her cast and everything.
Oh, she has
Yeah.
a cast.
Yeah, she messed up her ankle. It's really unfortunate timing for her.
And she's doing all the choreo with the upper half of her body. Look, she's doing what she can, all right?
She could just do what she can. No, I'm not faulting her. I'm just saying like super unfortunate that that's the situation they're in. Next one we got Jinny, former NMIX member, has signed an exclusive contract with UAP with plans on making her solo debut. UAP has recently established a memorandum of understanding partnership with Sublime Artist Agency to manage Jinny's activities.
Interesting.
Solo debut.
It's one of those situations with Jinny where like people are going to wonder till the end of the days when like why did she leave NMIX considering she had been there for 6 years at JYP as a trainee.
7 years.
7 years.
7.
We'll probably never know, but it's probably going to follow her that question for the entirety of her career. That being said, I wish her the best because clearly she was in it for the long haul. So unfortunate that she had to leave so quickly from the group, but now she's going to get to do some solo debut stuff. So that should be fun.
Sorry, one quick question. Have we gotten any confirmation in terms of is she going to be a singer or an actress?
Since this is solo debut, I would assume singer.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
So that one's there. Next one, Jessie has signed with More Vision.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't this related to what is J Park?
This
right?
is J Park's label, yeah.
Yes.
Another
See,
one?
he's in the video.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
in the
he's in
video.
the video.
Park.
Hey, there he is.
Mr. J Park.
Interesting.
Yes.
I mean,
What is this label though?
What do you mean? What is this label? This is just J Park's new label. He has a lot of labels.
Music? Just music stuff?
Just music, yeah. Do you want a list of the other folks under More Vision?
Yeah. Who else is in More Vision at the moment?
Well, that the list goes. Okay, J Park, Honey J, Holy Bang,
Honey?
MVP, and Jessie. MVP is the
Holy
new.
bang!
That is the dance team that J Park.
So this is a dance
Manager.
crew? Dance performance label?
No, I don't think it's just limited to dance.
I mean, Honey J is like really pregnant or just had a baby too, so she's out for the moment. So that happened. Jessie, you know, she was at one company and then she went to P Nation and then that kind of didn't work out, so now she's over here. It's interesting because it seems like J Park is making another push to be more general public popular because if you remember back in last year, Yoo left Sketchbook after that plagiarism thing. So they're essentially looking to replace Yoo right now. So they're trying people out. They're giving people their own talk show for 10 episodes at the moment.
Wow.
And J Park was one of the candidates, and he just finished his 10th episode.
Really?
And
I
it was
didn't know
pretty good.
this.
So they're gonna try like I think how many more people? I think 4 more people are going. I think 1 more this year, and then they're gonna try some more next year, and then they'll pick someone to essentially be the spiritual successor of Sketchbook.
Wow.
Interesting. Jessie under More Vision's pretty interesting to me as well. Jessie, actually, a lot of people don't know this. She's been around for quite a while.
Yeah, dude.
What
She
is
she was
it?
in a singing trio back in the day, right? I believe, or a rap hip hop trio, something like
Yep,
that.
yep.
Lucky J?
Lucky
Was that what it
J,
was?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she was before that. She was Jessica H. Cho back in 2006
Jessica Ho, yeah.
or 2007 or something. 2005 actually.
She's so young.
And if you know, she went to the same high school as Girls' Generation Tiffany, and she was also
Wow.
almost about to be in Girls' Generation back in the day.
Wow.
You know how there's a lot of girls who are almost about to be in Girls' Generation? She's one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I could not imagine Jessie in Girl Generation.
Could you imagine? Hey, that being said, I'm a big Jessie fan. I love her on Variety. I like her music typically, so I'm excited for this because I feel like she's been spending a lot of time with family. So she's getting that R&R. I think she'll come back real strong.
Go for
All
it.
right. Next
Let's get
one. Yedin has joined Bill Entertainment. So Yedin is the former G-Friend member. She's joining Bill Entertainment. Yeah, according to Newson, Yedin has signed an exclusive contract with Bill Entertainment, founded in October of 2022 by Fact Corporation. It has staff from singing and art acting sectors. They recently also signed Jin Hyuk.
Oh. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, so all of
Also
these
connected.
solo artists are moving around at the moment. Next one, EXIDLE has signed an exclusive contract with TR Entertainment. This one was kind of expected though. So she's been working with Tri B, right? Their girl group as basically their like executive producer with Shin Se-dong. So it's like her and Shin Se-dong Tiger are like working together to make Tri B. So this is not really like out of nowhere.
It's business.
It's business right here.
Business.
So that's cool over there. All right. Next, Blackpink's Lisa will feature in Taeyang's upcoming album and music video, scheduled to release at the end of April.
Oh.
Dude, Taeyong
kind
all
of
of a sudden
song?
reemerged, and now he's just going hard. You know, like
Nice.
he's like, I'm done being a dad. I'm done military. I got married. I got a kid. We're all set up. The kid's old enough. I'm gonna go ham now again. That's what it seems like he's doing.
Yo, the man's golden age is not over yet.
여러분 너무 보고 싶었어요. 중국 팬들 셰셰.
You're kind of good. What the hell?
Bro, I got this. No worries. Next one. So I normally don't cover when people are coming back, but these are big groups. G Idol in May, gonna be very hyped because
Nice.
they had a fantastic 22. We'll see if they can follow it up in 2023. Next one, aespa pre-release single on May 2nd called Welcome to My World, ahead 1 week or 6 days ahead of their actual comeback on May 8th.
Ooh,
This is also very anticipated because a
Yes.
lot of the other rookie-ish girl groups have been killing it. We have to see if aespa can rebound from their 2022 and recapture the 2021 magic.
Is this gonna be the one with the tree planting? Yeah, My World.
Apparently, well, it was supposed to be before all the stuff went down.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, here's the biggest oof
Oh
ever.
no.
Ravi and Nafla admitted to oral charges. So if you don't know, Ravi was a member of VIX, which was one of the big Gen 2 boy groups. They are sentenced to 2 years and 2.5 years in prison, respectively, by a prosecutor for evading military service. Okay. The situation was Ravi and Nafla are buddies. I think Nafla was in one of Ravi's companies, right?
Yes,
Something like that.
Grooveland.
And this was like a big scheme that they had going on.
Oh no.
I don't know if this is confirmed, but I heard at the medical checkup, right? That you do they do medical checkups before you go to the army, right, Warren?
Yes.
I heard that Ravi or Nafla, I don't remember which one of them faked a seizure in the checkup, right?
In the checkup?
That would be Ravi.
Yeah, he faked the seizure in the checkup. Then instead of having the military doctors check him out to figure what's wrong with him, he says, I want my own outpatient doctor to write the formal report on what's wrong with me. Right?
Which that is perfectly legal, and that's what a lot of people do if they're concerned.
But what's not legal is that they bribed him to write that he has like seizures and stuff.
Yes, doctors shouldn't lie.
So he basically that went through, and then he handed in the form. I have these health problems, and then they said, "Oh yeah, you got health problems. We'll put you on the desk duty, which is considered easier than doing active duty military service." And then all this came out because it wasn't just the government was looking at these guys. There was like a big ring of bribery and getting out of military service and things like that, and they're just a part of it.
Unfortunately.
So they have to go to. So instead of trying to avoid the 18 months of military service, now they're going to go to jail for 2 years and 2.5 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And in Korea, this is like a big no-no. Your career's over at this point
Yeah.
when you do things like this.
It's a little difficult to come back from this kind of situation. I mean, there's other people involved, like you mentioned. I'm looking at the former coach of T1 Esports Academy, Seungju Lee.
Oh,
Actor of Beasters Entertainment, Song Ko. I don't know who any of these folks are. What kind of sucks is the other people in Grooveland who are suddenly
Yeah.
missing a CEO and their two
Yeah.
most famous artists.
They were making some weird like claims to the company.
What do you mean?
They were like, "It's okay. No one else was profitable anyway." Like I heard like statements like that coming out. They were talking about the profitability. Like I swear I read something where
You
they
don't
were
need to
talking
expand
about.
on that. I'm not sure what you're talking
I
about.
read somewhere where they were talking about the profitability of the company, and they said only like Ravi was really making money in that company.
Maybe. I mean, if you look at the rest of the lineup, it's Zero, Nafla, Justice, and Prime Kings. Justice probably makes a good amount of
Prime
money, but he's
Kings?
probably recently signed.
What is the label that like
Nafla's
Ween
been-
is in?
Who?
Well, Ween is involved in one of Ravi's companies. From Mamamoo.
Let me double check.
And I believe Ailey as well is in that same place where Ween is.
So this is the live.
Yeah.
The live.
That's another Ravi. That's another Ravi.
That's
company.
another Ravi venture. Ailey has. Ailey's contract was until last summer. She has since
Good.
been moved
Okay.
to pop music. The CEO of the live is Kim Won-sik. Kim Won-sik is he the guy? He is okay. He's not the guy. He's still fine. For all we know, the live is fine.
Okay.
On paper, at least. Their leader is still in the company. Yeah.
What a ridiculous situation.
What
to
a
be
mess.
honest. Completely avoidable.
Yeah.
As a result, so I don't know how relevant this is, but Jellyfish announced that Ravi's out of VIX. Like, I don't know if that's really relevant at this point, but
Okay.
yeah. He apologized to people, and he apologized to people and families who actually suffer from epilepsy.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I wish there was security footage of him like faking a seizure on the ground. Like, I would love to see the footage. It's a government building where he got checked. I'm assuming there's footage of it somewhere, right?
Well, shout outs to the remaining VIX fans. Shout outs to the One Day Tonight fans. Who else? Shout outs to Grooveland fans. I don't know if you guys are a huge community out there, but
Okay, so that's all the news.
Uh.
Next week though, we have Soju, Alice. Although Alice has 2 members on hiatus at the moment. We got Dripping. We have Onewee's Gyeok. We have Ryusujang. We have August D with the actual title track. That should be fun. Blitzer, and we have 17.
is that the pre-release for FML?
I believe so.
Oh boy.
I could be wrong though. Let me check the actual date. FML release date.
Fuck my
April
life.
24th. It's the main thing. It's the main
Oh,
thing.
it's the main Fuck my life.
Yeah, it's the first. Dude, everyone has pre-releases these days. I'm happy that they don't. It feels like it's too much.
Oh boy.
Man.
I'm so
After
excited
the
for
break
Fuck My
though,
Life.
Anita and I, here's a quick preview of it. We're gonna do our pick'ems for Boys Planet.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna do that. Some of the people in the Discord have already started to fill it out, So we're gonna do our pick'ems, and I have data for it as well.
Oh wow.
Oh,
And I have
stats.
screenshots.
Oh wow.
So we're gonna try to make educated guesses, and then Warren and Anita are gonna talk about what was the movie called?
Suzume.
Yeah, they're gonna talk
Oh,
about
yes,
that.
I saw it over
So
the weekend.
If you are interested in either of those things, join us
Suzume.
after the break. 3,
Suzume, anime
2,
talk.
1.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons Bagel, Based Mina, Brian, Shadow, Delmonic, Ellie, Irvtron, Flaco Louie, Genki Boy, Okumama, Honey Pools, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, NJ Parks, Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, the weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods, Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
All right. We are in State of the Nation after show, whatever you want to call it. On the screen right now, we're going to talk about some Boys Planet, right? Every competition show, we do this kind of like fantasy prediction game, right?
Yeah.
Where we make people try to guess the final lineups of the show and we give out points and then someone wins, right? The way we do it is you get 1 point for the correct trainee. So if you have all 9 of the correct kids, you get 9 points, right? And for each kid in the right spot, you get 2 bonus points. So suppose, look at Doa right here. She has Ricky in 9th place, right? If Ricky actually gets 9th, she gets 1 point for picking Ricky, and she gets 2 bonus points for putting him in 9th place, the correct spot. So she'll get a total of 3 points for Ricky. Let's say Ricky ends up actually being 8th place or doesn't make it, or no, if Ricky ends up being 8th place, she only gets 1 point because she gets the right kid was going to be in the lineup. So that's how we do it. We total up points. For Girls Planet 999, Anita won.
I
believe.
did.
She did. And then with Youth With You, the Chinese show, my sister won that one. So we're doing it again. This is on our Discord. So discord.gg/SojuTalk. If you want to join our game, go there. But you win bragging rights, and you get a special role called the Planet Master role. Anita's the only one to have it on the server at the moment. So
I want to retain my title.
What we're going to do today is Anita and I are going to make our prediction lineups. So this past week, we had the elimination. We're down to 18 kids, right? The kids that made it, Sung Hanbin, 1st place, Jang Hao 2nd, Jiyoung 3rd, Tae 4th, Yujin 5th, Keita 6th, Hyubin 7th, Ricky 8th, Matthew 9th, which was really surprising, Hui Hitek in 10th, Park Hanbin in 11th, Gunwook 12th, Jae 13th, Sungwon in 14th, Jongwoo 15th, Kim Junhyun in 16th, Jonghyun in 17th, and Camden got the last spot in 18th. Something that surprised me, Anita, Matthew, really the negative edit affected him.
I didn't think it would be that low, to be honest.
Yeah, that was surprising.
That's
Other
a little
things
scary.
in the midterm for this round, Gyuvin was 16th, but he ended up 7th, which is about where he always is. So I don't know what
Yeah, I
happened
don't know
there.
what that was.
People like Kim Junhyun dropped a ton. That was surprising. But Park Hanbin is on the rise, and Ricky
went
got
up.
8th place. So those were the big things to me
He
that
broke
happened.
top 9, yeah.
And then Tae jumped over Yujin, 4th place, right?
Not surprised, to be honest.
This week so far, right? Mnet revealed the preliminaries for the final. Hanbin, who's been 1st place the entire time, is only in 3rd place. And then Park Hanbin is 10th and Tae is 11th. They didn't tell any other people's rankings, which clearly means they want you to vote for Sung Hanbin, Park Hanbin, and Tae.
Teddy, oh my
Some
god, he's gonna
manipulation.
be.
It's probably
Way up
because
there.
there's too many global kids in the top 9 at the moment that they don't want, like Ricky or someone.
Come on.
Yeah. Anita, who would you guess is number 1 right now? I think it's probably Yujin.
If it's not Hanbin? you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what makes sense to me based on like how things moved out.
Yeah, and then looking at the vote totals from this top 18, we have some like weird things. First of all, the thing that shocked me the most, let's see if I could get it. Okay, right here. Keita and Jay's international votes are horrendous. Like
International?
Keita, I mean, Korean votes are horrendous.
yeah.
Keita is 6th place overall in points, right? But he is 17th place in Korean vote.
Oh my god, that's a
And then
oof,
Jay
big
is
gap.
13th place overall, but he's 18th in Korean vote. So I don't know what's going on there.
It's rough.
So you have to take all these things into account because Korean votes and live voting will have a big play into this. Additionally, whoever ends up center for the finale songs, it could have a big effect. Like people say that's why Yena made it into Eyes One, is because she had the center in one of those songs and did really well. So all these things we gotta think about. But we're now going to make our predictions. We could talk through it, but Anita, do you think Sung Hanbin is gonna end up 1st place?
I think so.
I think
really
so
do.
too. So I'm gonna put him there. Okay.
It's the safest bet.
Who would you put in 2nd place, Anita? Who do you think would get 2nd place on the show?
I think, based on like the current trend of voting, Zhang Hao.
You're gonna put Zhang Hao in second. You think well, here's the thing. There's only 2 Chinese kids left on the show, Zhang Hao and Ricky. There's only 1 Japanese kid left on the show, Keita, right? So you gotta think about that. I'm going to put Yujin second.
Oh.
But I will put Zhang Hao in third.
Okay.
Because I think that Zhang Hao has a lot of accessory votes with Hanbin.
Oh.
And I think he's gonna drop a little bit.
When it goes to the one pick.
Yeah, even though Zhang Hao was he was second this past elimination. Yeah, I'm gonna say he's gonna drop 1 spot. Who'd you put in third, Anita?
See, I don't. Okay, I'm going by what the midterm is trying to manipulate. I think Ted is gonna jump.
Oh, you gonna go third? You gonna go third for Teddy?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like his one pick voting power is really, really strong, and I don't think it's gonna get any weaker as it goes to the finale. Especially now since it's revealed, like, oh, he might not be in the top 10 or top 9. So I feel like it's gonna jump.
I'm gonna follow that up. I'm putting Teddy in fourth. So
Okay.
I'm not too far off. Are you putting Yujin in fourth or not?
Yeah.
Not yet. Okay, Yujin in fourth. Okay. I agree with this. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Next, 5th place, I'm gonna put Jung. That's where I think he's gonna be.
Oh, I had him in 5th place too.
Okay.
See, okay,
Right there?
after 5th, that's where I start like losing confidence at all.
So this is what you have to debate to yourself, right? How high up is Keita gonna? Actually, I'm gonna change this.
Oh,
I think that Keita is going to get all of Haruto's votes.
oh, you're right.
I'm going to put Keita in 4th,
4th.
and I'm gonna put. Actually, no, I'm gonna put him in 5th. I'm gonna put Tere in 4th, and I'm gonna put Keita in 5th, and I'm gonna put Jung 6th.
Okay.
So what do you want to put for 6th?
Oh, it's okay. I was thinking there might be some panic voting from Matthew, knowing that he ended up in 9th.
Okay. So where do you want to
So
put him?
I had him in 6th, but now you got me thinking about the Keita Haruto alliance, maybe.
But how many votes could Haruto have actually had, considering he didn't even place like
That's true.
18, 19, 20th, right?
And that's an injustice because he was really talented.
That's the most ridiculous part that he didn't.
It
get
was, honestly. Okay, I'm going to stick with Matthew.
Matthew in 6th? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanna write these how I like to write them. Oh, okay. I'm gonna assume you have K10 7th.
I do.
Okay. So that one makes sense. 7th place for me, right? I'm between 3 kids. Yuvin, Matthew, and then my surprise pick, right?
Hanbin? Other Hanbin?
I'm going to put Yuvin in 7th. Even though
He's been consistent.
I don't think he should be this high in general. Like, in my opinion,
On
I think it's
principle?
gonna end up like this. On principle, yeah. Like, he's good, but I don't think he's great. But he's been very high ranked almost the whole way. I'm gonna do that. I also want to check out these Korean rankings real quick. First place is Hanbin. Second place is Tere. Third place is Yuvin's 3rd place Korean. All right, he's making it. Yeah. I'm gonna put Yuvin in 7th.
He's
8th
3rd
place. 8th place is where I'm gonna have a little bit of surprise. Right.
Who are you putting?
I am going to put Park Hanbin in 8th.
Okay, honestly, I've been questioning, like, is he at the edge? Like, can he make it?
Okay, let's break down Park Hanbin's stats. Right, he's been rising the whole time. He's 17th place at the moment. If we think about
every
it,
benefit.
he is 10th place Korean vote, 14th place international.
Oof, 10th place. Right at the edge. But they did show him in this midterm thing.
He's been getting so many good edits. He's in
Yeah.
10th place right now. I feel like more people are gonna vote for him. I might be gaslighting you into picking him, but I feel like it's good.
I had him as a possible 9.
I think
'Cause I
that
was-
ninth, okay, eighth and ninth. I'll just finish my chart here, right?
Okay.
I think Matthew makes it, but it's a shocker, and he barely makes it in ninth. That's what
Oh,
I
you
think is gonna
think so?
happen. I think it's gonna be a very dramatic Sakura Chaeyeon moment. But I think Matthew's gonna make it in the end.
Okay, so here's my dilemma. So there's only 2 spots left, but I had 3 people that I was like, what is the order here?
So I'm going to assume it's like Matthew, Park Han-bin, and like either Ricky or Ganuk, one of those, right?
For my
Yeah,
rest
for
of
the
my
kids.
chart?
I think it's those 4 kids you're picking 2, right? Out of those ones.
No, well, I was between Ricky, Gyubin, and Hanbin.
Oh yeah, you don't have Gyuvin on your chart yet. Oh yeah.
I haven't, but see
Oh
now
my
maybe I need
goodness.
to rearrange things because you say he's 3rd in Korean votes.
Yeah, let
Gyubin?
me make sure that Gyuvin is 3rd Korean, 13th international.
Okay, no, he's gotta be higher. I
Okay,
need to
how do you want
switch
to put
things.
this? How do you want to put this?
Okay. I think move everybody from Jiung down 1 spot.
Oh, that's a high. Okay.
So he's
high
gonna end up
Gyuvin.
5th. I think he's gonna end up 5th.
Okay. And then who are you in
Okay.
this last spot? I'm assuming you're debating like Ricky
Or
Or-
Hanbin.
or Park Han-bin, or who else could potentially be? Or maybe you think
That's it?
Hui, or maybe Ganuk.
Okay, honestly, I don't think he is gonna make it. I feel
Oof.
like the trend has
Okay.
been
I saw Ganuk fans debating, do
Mm-hmm.
we vote for this guy or do we want him to go back to Cube and do like Pentagon or solo things? And once you see the
Right.
fandoms having that discussion
There's
out loud,
doubt.
I think it's over
It's
for
kind
the
of
kid.
over, yeah.
That's my opinion on that.
Yeah. I kind of felt it from a couple episodes back that it's not as big of a push anymore. Do I want to say Hanbin makes it and Ricky doesn't? I don't know.
So basically, you're debating between Gyuvin, who has Korea vote, or Ricky, who was have the second place China votes, right?
Oh no, Cuban's already on my chart.
Oh,
I'm
Gyuvin, wait,
between
who? Ricky and who?
Hanbin, Park Hanbin.
Oh, Park Han-bin and Ricky. Okay, let
Ricky.
me check these out. Ricky has 13th place Korean, and he has 8th place international. But Anita, without the benefit, he's actually loses 1 spot. He's actually a 9th.
That's so close. I think it's gonna be like very, very small difference.
And then
between
Hanbin
9
is
and
10th
10.
Korean, and he's 14th international. But they put him in the midterm to get
That's-
people to vote for him.
That's what's making me question things. I'm honestly, I need to know how strong this Ricky fan base is, because I feel like that's what will determine if he makes it or not. I feel like it's strong. Do I put him in 9th?
Are you putting Ricky? I'm fine with either.
I'm gonna put him in 9th.
Ooh, okay. So with your lineup,
Wait, hold on.
You have 4 global kids. You know this, right?
I know.
Little risky.
Jung Hao,
to me.
Matthew, Keita, Ricky. You have 2 Chinese kids. You have Japanese Keita, and you have Canadian Matthew.
Canadian Matthew. Wait.
Whereas I have
wait,
one
wait,
Chinese,
wait.
I have 1 Chinese, 1 Japanese, and then Matthew, who's essentially a Korean kid.
How? But the thing is, like, I don't know how strong the Park Hanbin is fandom
The pushes.
the push, because
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes a difference, but I know that, man, does Ricky have a fan base from the beginning? Like, it didn't matter that he didn't have any screen time.
People, so I see some people like picking Jay. The only reason I'm apprehensive about Jay, right? Because if you take out Jay's benefit, he's actually 16th place.
Which is not fair.
Not good. Not good.
Not
He's below
great.
like he's below Gum Junhyun at this
Oof.
point.
And he's such a good singer.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know why the Koreans aren't voting. They are not.
Yeah.
That's an objective fact. I think the last spot is gonna come down to either like Ricky, Hanbin, or Ganuk.
Yeah.
One of those ones.
Wait, do I stick with Ricky? Do I lock it in?
You want to see what other people are picking?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Hanbin.
Hanbin. This person has Hui and Hanbin.
Oh.
So who are they missing? They don't have
They don't have
Gyuvin.
Ricky.
They don't have Gyuvin in that one.
Cuban.
This one has Gunuk. We got another Gunuk. We have Hui, Gunuk, Jay, Gunuk. A lot of Gunuks. Ricky. Oh, a lot of Rickies too. Seems like people think it's either Ricky or Gunuk.
Internationally, I know Ricky's really popular.
For sure. Young and rich, tall, and handsome, right?
Oh, do I
This is
stick with
tough.
Ricky? You know what? I'm gonna stick with Ricky, but I'm not like one way or the other. I think Ricky or Hanbin, I could see it happening.
Okay, so these are our predictions for Boys Planet. Me, first place, I have Hanbin. Second place, Yujin. Third place, Janghao. Fourth place, Tere. Fifth place, Keita. Sixth place, Jung. Seventh place, Gyuvin. Eighth place, Hanbin. And I have a dramatic Matthew in ninth. Anita has Sung Hanbin in first. Janghao second. Tere third. Yujin fourth. Gyuvin fifth. Jung sixth. Matthew seventh. Keita eighth. And a dramatic Ricky in ninth.
Dramatic.
Yeah, if you want to do this with us, join our Discord. We have a Boys Planet channel. We're gonna do this. You can submit until the show starts, and then I'll take it off of edit, and then we'll see who wins this. Okay.
Let's go.
Warren, you have something now, right?
Yes, we're gonna take a quick pause to rearrange my screen before that.
We got visuals.
All right. Anita and I wanted to talk about Suzume. We saw it over the weekend. This is the brand new film, the new Shinkai Makoto joint over here, brought to you by the director that brought to you Your Name, brought to you, he brought to you Weathering with You, 5 centimeters per second. And there was Garden of Words, which was like a weird foot fetish movie. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you seen all of those, Anita?
I saw Your Name.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Weathering with You.
Yeah,
when
okay.
They were released.
I saw Withering with You once when it dropped in the theaters, right? I remember that. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. Your Name, I saw like a bunch of times, like 8, 9 times.
I've seen Your Name like 3 times.
Okay.
Oh, really? Wow.
Okay. So you kind of, if you see, here's the thing. If you've seen Withering with You, if you've seen Your Name, you kind of know what this guy's movies are about, especially with the recent ones. Garden of Words and 5 centimeters per second I feel like a lot more like calm and like a lot more chill and just really beautiful. A lot of Garden of Words it's a very pretty movie, but there's a questionable amount of like close-ups on like people's feet. It's a little weird. But anyways, I don't know. Before we have a spoiler-friendly discussion, without spoiling anything, Anita, how did you feel about Suzume?
I thought it was visually. I thought it was really, really nice as always.
Yeah.
I think with the way that I described Shinkai's film style is very like screensaver.
Ooh.
Like any shot could be a screensaver for
Very
your
pretty.
computer,
Yes.
phone. Very, very high quality stuff. Backgrounds. I also thought for this particular movie more than the others, or maybe it's been a while since I've seen any of his other works. I thought the music was really nice. I really liked the soundtrack.
I agree with that. That they really outdid themselves. It's a lot less rock heavy than the last 2 movies.
Yes, not
Yeah.
Rad Wimps as much as the other ones.
Right. But
They were still there, I think.
they're still there.
Yeah.
They're still there.
Yeah.
I was listening to their album, the soundtrack album, and Radwimps is all over the credits again. So I'm kind of interested. I'm seeing them live in a couple weeks, actually.
Ooh.
Whoa, where at?
Exciting.
Where are they going?
They're coming to New York and other places in
Wow.
America. It's the Radwimps World Tour, brought to you by Crunchyroll. I'm not sure.
Oh my god,
Of course,
Crunchyroll.
of course it is.
go.
They're like really going all in this release. Oh no, yeah, I agree with you. Very very pretty movie. The soundtrack is great. Man. So if you are looking for a visually incredible movie with a great soundtrack that really pulls on your heartstrings. I don't know, were your heartstrings pulled, Anita? Were they played around with? Did they play
By
around
the
with
plot
you?
or the music?
I don't know, just in
visuals?
general, like the film overall.
I think there were moments that I thought conveyed emotions very well, you know, like, but we'll get into it later with the more spoilers. But I think overall, if I'm comparing this film to his previous ones, they're very similar, like conflicts, you know, between like the main characters and like the issues maybe that they're dealing with, personal issues as well. I think.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't think that I felt it was done necessarily like more strong or like better than Your Name, because I think Your Name is still my favorite film from his. But I think I can see where things were like interpreted a little differently, like a different take on a very similar like theme.
Mostly agree with you there. Very similar themes. I guess this is a very mild spoiler, so drop off if you want to right now. But it's the main theme is the Tohoku earthquake of 2011.
Yeah.
As is with the other two films and the trilogy. This one is a lot more explicit about it, however, which this is why I'm saying it's a very mild spoiler, because if you've seen the trailers, you kind of figure out that that's what the topic is. All the marketing has kind of been directed towards that is what this is about. So go check it out if that's kind of the stuff you're into. But the following conversation is going to be spoiler friendly, spoiler heavy. If you don't care about it, feel free to stick around. If you've seen it, stick around. If you plan to see it but don't care about spoilers, do stick around. But
I love spoilers.
If you don't,
Yeah, you guys do.
if you care about it and don't want to be spoiled, which is gonna be the case for a lot of you folks, goodbye. Come back to this episode when you watch it. Cool. All right. Spoiler time. Drop out. Spoiler time. Okay. On the screen is like a character list because I forget people's names really easily.
Yeah.
Man, that was an interesting movie. I didn't expect it to be like a road film at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think that was my favorite part of the whole movie is like they have the first half of it as a road movie where they travel all over Japan, right? And then the second half of it becomes very like do you know what the sekai genre means?
Sekai?
Yeah, sekai means world in Japanese.
Yeah.
And it's like the term Japanese like anime uses where it refers to a type of plot where the problems that the main characters have on a personal level has implications for the rest of the world. So for instance, if you look at Evangelion, at the core of everything is the drama between the main characters, but it has implications for the rest of the world, right? Weathering with You is about the romance of two kids, but it has implications for the rest of the world. It's like the whole world's falling apart because they can't be in love.
So it's like these main characters are super important.
Right. Like if you look at Suzumiya Harui's that thing. I forget the full title in English.
Melancholy?
Melancholy of Suzumiya Haruhi. That one's about somehow these characters are having normal lives, but the girl's a god, you know? Anyways, that's where I see the first part and the second half kind of have a strong contrast. Especially as like Sota kind of like exits as he becomes the drill chair stone.
A chair. Literally.
Literally, as he gets plugged into the worm thing. I don't know. How'd you feel about the movie, like, actually, Anita?
For real, honestly. No, I feel like, as I said before, I recognize a lot of the theming from his previous films, from Makoto Shinkai. My issue, it's not an issue. It's not my preference or like what I wish could have been done differently. Is that I've always found like the leading up to the big conflict and like resolution and all that. I've always felt, or not, how should I say it? I'm trying to word it in a way that makes it not as harsh, but it feels that there's not enough development of like what are these characters really dealing with, right? Like why is this actually a really big problem for them, right? Like for this film, towards the end, I could tell that the main trope, right? Like the main conflict of the character, the Suzume, is that she's had a big loss. Like she's never been able to maybe recover from that, but we don't know that until like the very end. Like it feels like everything that we knew towards the beginning of the movie, right? Like seeing her go to school, talking with her aunt. Like I personally didn't think there was a huge display of like things are not right. You know, it felt like things are okay. It seems, but then it wasn't until very very later on in the film and when she's like explaining her emotions and like actually going through what happened, it feels like, why didn't we know this? Like it feels very sudden to me.
The thing is, like from my perspective, because we start off the show with Suzume just being like a normal girl, it came off as like, oh, she fell in love with a good-looking long-haired dude and just started to travel all over Japan just to help him, like a good-looking man. And here's the thing. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, if the guy is like a Chaonu looking man, like if he's like a really sexy looking man, like sure.
Sometimes does not look like Chaonu.
I'm saying if he's a god tiered looking man, I might be like, yo, like I gotta help him. I don't know. But like otherwise, like I don't see the I didn't see the motivation.
Right?
Onto like,
I agree.
Why is she doing this for a random stranger? You know what I mean? Who cares? It's a random dude who's like looking for the ruins. He's got an awful haircut. He turned into a chair. Why should I give a shit? You know what I mean? Like that being said, That being said, I've read some reviews where like from a Japanese audience perspective, it's a lot more clear that this is about the earthquake and that she lost her mom due to the earthquake from the beginning of the show. Beginning of the film. Where and at that point they were like Suzume is, you know, she's able to realize that life is meaningless. She's like depressed on the inside, and that's why she's helping out Soda, because that's like a little sparkle in her boring, meaningless life in the countryside of Japan somewhere. In where is it? Nagoya, is it? I forget where. And I kind of get that, but at the same time I kind of don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel like there's the opening scene, right, of the film is like the ruins, like the town after the earthquake, the tsunami that happened as well. Right. So I feel like there were hints, but I just didn't. I think there could have been a little bit more of exposition as far as like how much it affected her, like how when I think of like how would I approach this differently, right? And I think like
if you were Mr. Makoto,
if I was in the director's shoes, I would feel like maybe you need to do a little bit of like, this is what life was like after, and maybe I am better now, but not 100%. You know, like flashback of like maybe her a little bit older, a little bit after the incident. And slowly getting better, but like not 100%. So like you get the idea of like things are okay, but it's not
like a
okay.
a scene, right? Where she's like staring into the mirror and she's like, oh, my mom is still missing because she's dead. And then Aunt is like, hey, come get breakfast. And then suddenly she smiles, puts on her like normal face, and then walks down.
I know, yes, smaller things where you feel like not explicitly saying like the character's not okay, but it's meant to be like peeking into what maybe they're not saying, right? Like,
right.
Maybe they will never say it to the aunt or to like the friend or whatever, but in their actions and I don't know, something small. That's what I feel like was a little bit lacking in the film, where like the exposition could have been there a little more, especially when we were leading up to the big the resolution,
right?
Like,
because it made sense
Yeah.
at the end, and I was like,
Yeah.
some of this didn't have to be kind of like a. Some of it, I felt like it was almost presented as like a bit of a twist, and I was like, this didn't have to be. Like for instance, her meeting her older self turns out not mom, it's actually her present self. That's obviously meant to be a twist. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like,
Yes.
she lost her mom in the tsunami, in the earthquake. I don't think that was meant to be a twist, and yet to me it kind of felt like it was. And I understand that's a part of the reason is that I wasn't the person who experienced that. And I've never been in an earthquake nor a tsunami, nor anything
neither.
related to it, nor has anyone nearby me experienced that. So it's just not a problem that I'm going to relate to. But I understand from the target audience perspective that additional context of them. They experience earthquakes on a very regular basis. So I kind of, I can kind of see that. So yeah, that's the main gist of it there. We got a couple. Although I still found that really part really fun, where she's like going to different cities all over
That was
Japan.
nice. Yeah.
right? She begins. I think it was in Nagoya. I forget where, but she begins. Was it Kyushu?
I think that's where her hometown is.
Right. I'm mixing up city names, but she begins very south and
Yeah.
right. She begins southwest, and then she goes north.
Up.
Right. She first goes to Ehime to meet the short-haired tangerine farmer girl Chika. Right. Then she goes to takes the train to Kobe. Oh wait, no, she takes the car to Kobe. And she meets Rumi. Right.
Right.
Then she takes the
The mom.
Shinkansen to Tokyo,
Yeah.
and that's.
I'm just reading their character list right now on the screen. Serizawa, so that's the guy Sota's friend, right?
Right.
He's an Uber driver.
That's a joke. Yeah. He's the final guy who takes Suzume to the final.
No, I
final
get it.
Yeah. See, that's basically what he is. A very
Okay.
caring tsundere Uber driver.
Oh. I liked him as a character. I thought
liked
he
him
was
too.
fun.
I like him too. Don't get me wrong.
In segueing into some other stuff that I thought was interesting about the film, like not necessarily the plot, right?
Yeah.
Just elements of the film. I found it super interesting, and I think we were talking about this before we recorded, that there are very explicit references in this film to Studio Ghibli films as well.
Oh yeah.
And I was telling you that I thought it was cool. I thought it was fine. I just didn't quite understand why. I don't know if there was
What do you mean? Why? He likes them. That's what more.
I guess,
do you
yeah.
need?
I just it just meant I don't know. I felt like I thought maybe that it was trying to give that reference because it gives a sense of like more realness. Like in this is the real world because we all know Studio Ghibli, right? Like that's what I thought maybe was the point. Where like, oh yeah, it's a common. Everybody knows the films. So these people are like the real normal people. These are the people that you could find and that would give these references themselves too.
Okay.
So I thought that was interesting. The references, I don't know if I caught all of them, but the ones that I remember were of Daijin, the cat, being reference to Whisper of the Heart, which is a cat in the train as well. The second one that I remember was the theme. One of the theme songs from Kiki's Delivery Service is played during their road trip to Suzume's hometown. I think Serizawa is the one that plays it, and I read an article for this one, but I had a feeling like, oh, this reminds me of this. The overall theme of like doors, right, and like doors being a portal to a different dimension. I thought of Howl's Moving Castle as well. I don't think it was meant to be specifically referenced in that way. But I made the connection because the main character, the male lead, right, the Sota, he looks like how.
He kind of does. Blue eyes, long hair. Yeah.
Yeah, long black hair.
He's apparently a really good-looking lad.
White shirt.
Turns into an object.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was interesting, and I think in the article that I read that was kind of giving a review on this as well. They also mentioned that the overall twist, right, that the film has, where her as a grown up is the person who meets her when she was a child, right? So it wasn't her mother,
right?
That kind of like twist of like time being in a loop like that is also present in Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was interesting that those small things kind of ended up being referenced.
I do think the door motif is really cool, right? It's obviously it's the biggest motif of the movie, along with earthquakes and the stupid worm. I always saw it as like the symbol of time, right? Like the
like a wormhole?
No, not really. So here's how I saw it. I saw this is my interpretation of it, and I'm not sure if this is intended or not. What's beyond the door is the future. What's before the door is your past, and the door itself is your present. That's how I kind of interpret this.
Oh, okay.
Right. And while they're traveling, right, they go through these ruins where it was formerly very popular, and due to what I assume is an earthquake, it's no longer popular anymore. That becomes the source of the worm god, which is the earthquake, which is what causes trauma. Is the point of pain for a lot of the people involved in this community. So to in a way, how I saw it was like you're locking away the door. That's what Suzume and Sota do.
You're closing that. Yeah.
Right. You're closing the door. You're facing your past trauma, right? To close the door, lock it closed, and then leave it in the past so that you can move forward. That's my interpretation of it, right? So like for instance, when in the amusement park scene in Kobe, Suzume sees the ever after and tries to walk into it, and that's gonna goof her up, right? Looking too far into the past, trauma, that what's the word? Depression, like causing whatever. That it felt like an analogy for like. I'm not doing a great job of wording this. I kind of hope it's making sense in your word in your head.
No, I get what you're trying to say. Yeah.
It's like the concept. The main theme seems to be, in order to move beyond your trauma, you need to face it, come to terms with it, and then move on. That's how I see this thing, especially because the movie was very much about the Tohoku earthquake. And it was released, I think, they're in the 11th anniversary. Anniversary sounds like a really funky word. But it happened on the 11th year after the earthquake hit. It released on the 11th year after the earthquake hit. In Japan, not elsewhere. Because I think the movie released in the fall of 2022 in Japan. And 2011 fall was when the earthquake happened. And in like interviews and whatnot, they've been kind of explicit about like this being a very big memoir to that almost. And I thought that was a really nice touch, especially with the door being, the central theme of both the plot and then the messaging. Why the worm looks like a big worm. Apparently, that's what it is in the actual folklore of Japan.
They referenced that in the film too.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I thought that was all made up for the movie, but apparently there's a lot of like. Apparently, it's actually folklore. Like, I didn't know.
Yeah. I thought that was nice. I definitely agree with the analogy that they're you saying that's probably the analogy they're using. I think so too.
Yeah.
I feel like now, like looking back at it now, I see it. I feel like at the time I was watching the film, maybe it wasn't as clear.
Oh no.
And of course I didn't have that knowledge of the incident and like the timing of it as well, like the release and the promotions behind it. But I feel like I got there at the end, and I feel like maybe if things were a little bit more like drawn out.
Props
in the
to
beginning.
you for getting it at the end, because I definitely
Yeah.
didn't, and like
Really?
no, I sat on it for like 24 to 36 hours. And I was like, oh, so that's what that means, you know? Because I spent like the first like 12 hours after the movie figuring out why the cat was such a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, honestly, I really loved that he ended up being like kind of an antagonist at the beginning, because it gave me honestly when he shows up in the beginning, right, and he starts speaking, and he says like, "You're in the way," to who was it? Sota,
Sota, yeah.
and turns him into a chair. I got chills because I was like, I thought this cat was gonna be like a friendly companion, like really cute, helping out along the way,
Oh.
and no.
No.
That was nice.
Dude, the moment I saw the cat, I was like, this is a Madoka moment. Like, there's no way this is just a good cat. And then immediately, because they antagonized Daijin, I was like, okay, there's got to be a good twist to this motherfucker. Like, there's no way this is just an antagonist. And the whole time I sat there thinking, oh, it must be mom.
That you thought it was a mom?
I thought it was mom, cause you know how like Sota becomes what's the word? What's the word? He becomes the thing, the keystone.
Chair? Oh
Right.
yeah, the keystone. Yeah,
He
yeah.
becomes the keystone. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, if a person became a keystone, Daijin was a keystone. Maybe a person was Daijin. You know what I mean? At one point in their lives.
Oh, you thought it would be like an exchange?
Right. And like that's why Daijin is, so happy to be
Wants
with
to be
Suzume
free.
all over again.
Oh,
But no, it was just she just wanted to have fun because Suzume was nice to her. Or
I
him.
really
don't know.
liked Daijin. I really also felt so sad when he realizes like that he did wrong. Like he becomes like skinny and starved.
Oh, that was kind of
like,
that was
dingy.
nice detail.
Oh, I thought it was so cute.
No, I was like, yeah, you deserve it, you little piece of crap.
No.
You little
I mean, he did
stinky
bad
little
things,
cat.
but well, no. It turns out he wasn't that bad.
No. At the end of it, it turns out that he was doing it to lead Suzume to the door.
Yeah,
But like, I was like, that's a lot of coincidences you got to go through. Like,
he was a little mean. Mean.
yeah, I'm still not fully. I understand he had good intentions, but at the same time, I'm still not a big fan of Daijin. Anyways, I think we talked about this for a while, almost like 30 minutes.
Ramble Fest 5.0.
This always happens.
Final thoughts on Suzume before we wrap it up, Anita?
I think overall it's very nice. I think I already mentioned like my nitpicking of it was that I think it could have been done a little bit more exposition to really get like the emotions of the characters and like what was really going on. Because you get there at the end, right? But I mean, at least for me, I think it would have been better to have it like kind of build throughout the film. But overall, I think it was pretty good. I think the animation is, as always, very, very nice, high quality. The music was really, really nice.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I will be listening to the soundtrack a lot. Yeah.
Anita, how do I go to Hongdae Station? Oh my god!
Wait, what is it? What is it?
Oh my god!
Yo. Aye.
Cause I know what you like.
Okay, just end the show. Bye, everyone. I need to screw up again. Bye.
All right. Thanks
Sorry.
for joining.
Bye.
How could you?
How could you? Not again.
I was like, wait, how does this have to do with the film?
All right.
Are we done? We done?
No, I'm still recording. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.